Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Empire Earth on the Mysterious JG. I think we're going to win. I said the last time the Battle of Troy, what I meant was the Trojan War. We should be getting set up to win now. I have to make a lot of mace men. Don't have civ points applied to them, but I have powered them up and everything else up to 10. What we don't have are civilian. Oh, that's going to be towers shooting at the Samsons, probably. So I might want to get Agamemnon up here to heal this guy. The houses, by the way, I figured this out between videos. They provide a morale boost for enemies fighting within range of a town center. I think they're not that important, but... So... I think having our Samsons rush in and charge the gate is the answer. Not that that's going to work, but that's what the game wants us to do to trigger the next bit of story, which is we have no way of overcoming these gates. So they'll get shot at, but they should be able to get in there and at least get a lick or two. Because the enemy will be repairing from the other side, I would guess. You know...
This is folly. The citizens of Troy repair the defenses as quickly as we destroy them. We may have undertaken a task more difficult than we imagined, my lord. These Trojan walls are unimaginably thick, and those towers can never be taken by direct assault. I suggest that we confer with Achilles and Menelaus. All the kings of Greece are present. So let me ask, who of you can think of a way to breach the city's defenses? I have an idea, but we will need the help of Athena to carry it out. On the nearby peninsula, called Chersonesus, there is a grotto sacred to Athena. We must build a temple near that grotto and pray for a divine means to pass through the gates.
Okay, so we have to build a temple in Athena's sacred grotto to secure her divine help. Got it. I mean, we can keep trying this in the meantime. It would be handy if we took this thing down. We could just assault the city directly, and I really don't know if we're supposed to be able to go all the way around here, and feel like somewhere here we won't be able to pass. Oh, you guys are not part of group 2, that's right. My prophet got killed, did he? No, he didn't. But we still got to get a villager types over here. Let's get the navy to go all the way up there and confirm that there's no boats like waiting to ambush us or anything. But yeah, like I thought I was cheesy as hell with how I took that fight, and still we lost a whole lot. They were just building a maxed out army with all the upgrades was not going to win you that fight. You needed to be drawing guys into archer towers and all of that cheese. Turned out to be pretty necessary.
Kalos.
Pote, Kalos.
You mean Kalos?
Imoiga.
Alright. Does seem like
Limo.
we can get to this grotto. Now, whether there's enemies waiting at the grotto to murder unaccompanied workers who might head up there, I don't know. That's entirely possible. Alright. I guess while I'm trying to figure all this out, I should be putting some guys on one of these transports to go check it out before they get there, right? Meanwhile, we don't want the Trojans to think we've given up. This is basically the same nonsense the Spartans are going to try on us in like a scenario or two. And by us, I mean the Athenians, because at that point we'll be playing as the Athenians. Oh, for a minute I thought you were a workman that we just forgot we had.
Talas.
How did you get over there? I guess you got grabbed for something and forgotten. Oh well, start working this farm, whatever. Because this thing needs to be getting off on its way.
All hands on deck. Hoist the sails.
The grotto is sacred to Athena. She will not tolerate the desecration of anything in or around it.
Okay, does that mean we have to kill stuff and see what happens? Let's see what happens.
We're under attack.
Haha. Okay, shouldn't have done that. Have they all got like pestilence too, or are they just being killed by... Oh no, it's rats. There's a plague of rats, and there's also a volcano. So we don't automatically lose, but we do kind of lose. I'm wondering if it's not kind enough to tell us we've lost.
All hands on deck.
Just wonder. Oh, and now there's cyclones and stuff too. Okay. I wonder if we get there and the volcano may have worn off. But I'm being silly. I'm artificially extending this. We should be winning by Trojan horse, and then you don't just automatically win. You still have combat to do, but yeah, the hard part's over. Well, the volcano is still going. Maybe the plague of rats that was circling everyone's feet is over, though. Sorry, Athena. Sorry. Put it over here, right where we murdered some of your sacred animals there.
We're under attack.
wonder if we still get her favor after we've already pissed her off. Well, I guess she forgave us after all.
Blessed Athena, our prayers have been answered. On the beach before Troy, she has provided us with a magnificent siege engine, which shall be called the Trojan horse. Breathtaking. Now, what do we do with it?
What the hell?
Simple, my friend. We hide our finest soldiers inside the belly of the wooden
It literally
beast,
seems like this
which we'll bring
prophet's
up
supposed to be
the
the one
gates of
talking, but it's
Troy.
just a coincidence
Once
that he's
the rest
standing
of our
there.
army retreats from the gate, the foolish Trojans will bring our gift within their walls. Then our men can emerge, kill King Priam, and the city will be ours. I see. Let it be done exactly as you say.
So now we have 7 points. I know this is silly. I'm gonna load the game and not piss off Athena just in case we lost points by doing that. So let's... So we saw what happens if you piss off Athena, and we also saw that it doesn't end the game and make it impossible for you to win. See, I don't know how many troops we can bring with us in that, because the Trojan horse is a transport unit that we can put troops in, but I don't think we'll be able to put a maxed out army in it or anything like that.
Aye, aye, Captain.
But no, the Sacred Grove is not guarded after all. And I really don't know what the purpose of all this is then, because I don't see that there's a way you can ever get there. We'll get full map vision at the end of the mission after we win, and I don't think it will actually
All hands on deck.
really be that elucidating, honestly.
Hoist the sails. Limo. Stoma. Dauta. Pause.
Yeah, we'll just, if we end up with 7, then we'll know that it didn't make a difference, and I was wasting time loading the game, but we will still win the Trojan War in 5 videos, or 4 videos. That's good, I think.
Carlos.
Carlos. So one of the guys says we gotta get Helen back, one of the guys says we gotta loot their treasury, and one of them says not to destroy any temples. But this thing appears to be untargetable, even though it has hit points. Like, I didn't see a way for us to attack it. Because we don't have siege weapons that can attack like an area or something. Once again, I will talk, but it's not really me, it's Odysseus. And 7 points, so it actually didn't change anything. Alright, cavalry, spear, melee. Cavalry, spear, melee. Now we could do... We did attack. Now we could do hit points. We'll get armored eventually. We will have them maxed out before we ever get to use them, but the companion cavalry is like Alexander's main force at the end of the game, so... This can hold... We can upgrade this, huh? I don't think it gets attacked. Can make it super fast. Yeah, all of its upgrades are super cheap. I think game's having fun with us here. These guys have much better damage. There's only 2 of them alive, but we'll include both of them. These guys are great veterans. Oh, they can't go inside. They're too bulky. Everyone fits except bulky Catherine. Sorry, it's a old Mystery Science Theater line. Yeah, the archers all lived. Well, probably not all of them, but higher, greater numbers than anyone else did. Here, we give up. Here's a giant horse. You know the old saying, embrace Greeks bearing gifts. Holy shit, we've been looking for a giant wooden horse. All right.
The gates of Troy have opened to accept the Greeks' gift.
Hope we get an autosave here.
The Greeks have abandoned the siege and left a magnificent offering.
What kind of accent is that supposed to be?
The city of Troy has triumphed.
I guess I don't know what a Trojan accent sounds like. Okay, you guys go to sleep. We're gonna come out at night, not in the middle of the day, obviously. Yeah, there we go.
Now, men, it is time to leave the horse and slaughter the Trojans as they sleep.
Pretty cool, huh?
Kalos. Sigaenun. Dauda. Stoma.
Treacherous Greeks.
Kill King Priam and burn his palace. If any Trojan temples are destroyed, you will lose.
We are under attack. The gods will track. We are under attack. Stoma. Yay.
Priam trying to run like a coward.
King Priam is dead. The abduction of Queen Helen has been avenged.
Do not forget your promise to me, Agamemnon. The palace of Priam must be razed to the ground.
Sure. Well, of course we're gonna do that. I mean,
The enemy is ours.
oh man, this is.
Watch the soldiers, Agamemnon. They are desecrating the Trojan temples. If any temple is destroyed,
You know what? I want to
the
see.
fury
I
of the
want.
gods will be unleashed against us.
Yeah, but I want to see that. Oh, I want to see. I want a sacrilege. I can't help it. I'm curious about sacrilege. That's right, Trojan horse. Attack that temple. Oh, we got it down to 14 hit points when I decided to turn this thing around, and
One of the Trojan temples has been destroyed. Failing to heed Odysseus' warning will cost the Greeks dearly. The gods will raise storms to scatter the fleet as it returns to Greece, and Agamemnon himself will die at the hands of his wife.
oh,
one must always respect the gods.
I guess that was part of how it all went in the Iliad. I don't really remember. So, well, you just get an ending message. You don't have something cool like volcanoes and shit. So we'll just win this time. Hey, baby.
Behold, mortals, Aphrodite, goddess of
In
love,
all
has
of her
intervened
PC
and
low
saved
bit
the life
glory.
of Helen. She stands reunited with her husband Menelaus on the beach before Troy.
Hi.
Oh, my husband, my king. Will you consent to take me back?
No, you're despoiled,
Beloved
hack.
wife, it is clear the gods have been playing a deadly game with us. I do not blame you for their actions.
Man, did you see
Troy
her?
has fallen. King Priam is dead. Agamemnon has honorably kept the promises he made to his fellow kings.
The fog of war
The tale of the
consumes
Trojan
all.
War
Did you see
shall
how
not
beautiful
soon be
Helen of Troy
forgotten.
was? Like I almost, my jaw dropped. It was difficult for me to even complete this LP. I was so overcome by the beauty of that Helen of Troy that we were given there. Anyway, yeah, what the hell is this? Are they just messing with us? There's nothing on the other side of this wall that's visible from the beach. I think they're just messing with you. Because there's a bronze wall behind a copper wall. There's also explosions. I don't know what that's about. So, I was wrong about there being a land path. Ithaca is, in fact... In my off-screening, I was wandering around out here looking to get to Ithaca, and I think I finally did realize, oh, it's an island. But as is often the case in Age of Empires, huge chunks of map that are not useful or needed. There were a couple of fish without like 450 food worth of fish. There's another one with yeah, this really wouldn't have been worth messing with. But they're there, and then as you see, there's no fish anywhere except for a few. So there's a couple of like little trick traps, like, oh, there's fish, you should build fishing boats, but there's barely any food to be gotten. This would be the isthmus, like this is the only place where it would have made sense to build that wall. And we could have built a wall, these guys pretty much never would have gotten through it. But yeah, I just found it more satisfying to just come up here and sack their city. We did leave, it looks like a Dorian citizen alive. Oh no, there's two. Oh! Got 2 males and a female, so the Dorians can repopulate, I suppose. But, this is, of course, horse pasturing Argos, so, you know, there'd be some horse stuff there to be pastured. Looks like we got the entire Trojan Navy. I don't see any little creeping spots, but yeah. Oh, here's what exists. Okay. It exists so that they can do the cinematic. I got you now. You can see it just barely. I was like, oh, they're trying to trick you. Not really. The reason it exists is because they do the cinematic of Menelaus and Helen.
Ishtar speaks.
I don't believe there's a way to twist the camera so that we can see Helen's face, but look at her. Look at this. Oh, you have a profile view over here. Look at the beauty of Helen of Troy. Truly, the face that launched 1,000 ships right there, guys.
Yes.
Menelaus is actually a unit, so if something happens, we click on him. But this exists because they did this cinematic. Yeah, and in fact, you can't get there during the game, and because there's nothing set up for you to be able to do. You can circle all the way around the city of Troy to see that on all sides they've got these double walls here. Or maybe not. I think in the past when I played with attack, you can't really attack these walls. You can attack the towers, but the walls are like... These ones are up on an elevated thing and can't be attacked, so you can break these. There's a certain amount of goofing around it and trying to break the game before. But no, we're done. We have won the Trojan War. We started here at horse pasturing Argos. We gathered the kings, Menelaus, Odysseus, and forget the other guy. I really do forget the other guy. Who was the other guy? It's Agamemnon, Odysseus, Achilles. Achilles is one of the kings. Or if he wasn't the king, he was the guy the king sent. The Trojans have, looks like all male citizens left, so they will be wiped out. Unlike the Dorans, who were allowed to keep... Oh, it looks like they were an all-male city. No wonder they wanted Hell of Troy. It looks like they were always an all-male city. Well, I mean, it was Greece. You had to get children somehow, but you didn't, you know... It would be okay to have an entirely male society, and people could still have lots of fun. They just wouldn't necessarily have kids. But yeah, we gathered the kings, or rather, we reached a walled stalemate with the Dorians. Then we gathered the kings. We finished off the Dorians, just securing the homeland. They represent like all the forces of Europe. Sorry guys, I was just goofing around, chit-chatting, and extending the end of the video, and well, I guess I got lucky. I hit a disk space error, and it auto-captured my head. I almost lost the end of the video there. But let's wrap this up. I'm gonna have to paste this on at the end of the last video, so that we can just get our proper end screen status. I'm hoping that the decisions I made in this run and not my off-screen will affect how, oh, Ithaca lost a building, and so did Argos. Not sure when that happened. So, anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm just going to quick tack this on to the end of what we just finished with the Trojan scenario. I'm hoping that the purchasing decisions I made here will be the ones that are reflected in future campaigns, and that I haven't already locked in what I did when I went through off-screen, because I am making slightly different decisions. The major difference, honestly, is going to be that I upgraded a whole bunch of different types of boats, and this time we only upgraded battleships, which I think is a smarter decision. But anyway, you can see we killed the Trojans killed 42 troops in that battle, so it wasn't quite as much as I thought, but it was still pretty rough. They wiped out one building, presumably one of the... Oh, it was a tower that we were starting to build, I think. But yeah, we only lost that one building, the one they got. The Dorians didn't... So how did Ithaca lose a building? Did we kill a building in Ithaca? Sparta also lost buildings. I guess we took over their buildings? Maybe their ports? I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But we had the biggest army, but not by much. And we had a maxed out army with a pop cap, which we'd increased using our civ points. But I also had a lot of workers. So at some point, probably to have a bigger army than the Trojans had at the end, like for reals, which I guess we did, but I don't know, it didn't feel like we had a bigger army. It felt like it was pretty even. And you're always scared of losing hero units in those big throwdowns. So we had all the military points. The Dorians had minus 14. Wow, they had the economy. The Dorians had the economy. I guess their military points were because they lost all those units and buildings, because they got crushed. We obviously had all the heroes. We have the meats. We had the citizen count. It was way higher than anybody else. We got all the research, I guess. Nobody... Oh, the Trojans started out in a higher epoch than us. That's why they had fancier looking buildings. I had all the mouse clicks. I have so much more mouse clicking than anyone else. But as you can see, the timeline, the Dorians start out with a bigger force than us. I don't know exactly how it worked. They just spontaneously had waves of troops ascended us. I don't think they were following normal rules. But they were just kind of going up and down every time they threw an attack wave at us. Then eventually, you see, we attacked. We lost nothing attacking them. We just crushed them. These other little forces that still had a couple of peasants in their towns just stayed the same. But then we got to the point where we attacked the Trojans, and this was when we were luring their guys piecemeal to attack us. And then we finally committed, and boom, both of us took big hits. But at the end, we won the game. Army size over time. Citizen count over time. Whatever. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. When we come back next time, having won the Trojan War, it'll be time for us to move into something more like the intro for that Trojan War scenario acted like all this is established fact now. I think there's still some contention about how much of... obviously, for a long time, it was believed that Troy was a myth. And then they discovered what they think is Troy. And I'm not caught up on whether there's consensus about that. I think there might still be some debate about it. But now we're going to move into what's fairly well understood actual real history, which is the rise of Athens as being the preeminent power in Greece. With, there's obviously other cities like Ithaca and Sparta that are in there, but Athens becomes like it's like the bedrock of most of Western culture. A lot of it, anyway, is happening in Athens. In part because Athens is eventually... They get conquered by Rome, and Rome is the one that really captures a lot of this. Rome was, like, considered the high point of Western history. For a lot of Western history, they look back to Rome, and eventually more modern thinkers are like, actually, the Athenians knew what was going on. At any rate, we're calling it a video, and when we come back next time, we will be going through the rise of Athens. See you.